Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird and wonderful world. And as you know, this is a list of my top 10 most hated bands. Bands that I can't really stand at all. And I mean, I can kind of sometimes tolerate them a little bit, but these are bands I don't like. I mean, they might even have a couple of decent songs here and there, but overall, these are bands I'm not into. I made a list, but I do kind of want to clarify before we get started here that just because a band is hated, it doesn't mean that they suck or that they deserve the hate necessarily. You kind of have to be loved to be hated, or at least that's what I keep telling myself. Anyway, yeah, let's get into it. But before I begin, I just want to say that a couple of days ago, on the 15th, we are now the 17th. Yep, It's 2 a.m. here, by the way. I kind of made this late. I wanted to make sure I made this list proper and thought about it carefully of these bands that I don't like. But yeah, this celebrated on the 15th a couple of days ago. It's a 23rd birthday. So yay, La Tervalis, happy birthday. You brought so much joy to my life and that. I'm sorry I didn't get you anything, but yeah, I just hoping we're gonna celebrate so many more birthdays. I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry I forgot about your birthday. Okay. I hope you can forgive me. I know yes, you do. Yeah, of course you know you forgive. The first song is called The Grudge, which is all about why you forgive. Thank you. Okay, so now getting back to the bands I hate. Okay, now before I get into this, I want to kind of talk about a brand of music, okay? And I heard this term used a couple of times. This term is used basically if you know what an NPC is, especially in video games, like those characters that are kind of in the game. It means non-playable characters or per, um or something like that. It's just these characters in the video games you don't they're not important. They're just casual and they're sometimes fun to whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But there are even like in real life people that are like NPC characters that kind of act like NPCs. They're very basic. Well, also there's music. I can again NPC music is the thing, and that's the overly produced pop music that caters to the lowest common denominator in order to maximize reachability and commercial success. And it's so bad. It's so, and you'll know, most of the bands that I am going to name in my list of the top 10 hated bands. Yeah, you'll see they're very vanilla. You know what they are? They're like fake sugar. You like the aspartame or it's fake sugar. We know it real sugar and we crave real sugar, but you give somebody, it almost tastes real. Okay, they can get some pretty close tasting, but there's still that chemically produced taste to it that you just like, I don't know. It's sweet, and it tastes okay, but it's just not the same as real sugar. You know it when you taste it. And the same thing can be said with real music. And again, some of these bands, okay, and some of these bands are just personal for me too. You'll see why. Okay, let's get into the list. So at number 10, we are going with Black Veil Brides. And I tried to get into them. They're a metal band, and I sampled things here and there, but Yeah, no, they're a little too emo for me to get into. I'm not a fan, not a fan of them. I've heard people talk about them highly in some circles, but yeah, I don't know, not my kind of a band. And so here at number nine, here we're going to get into our first real bit of NPC music and Maroon Five. I don't want to spoil anything. Maroon Five. How yeah, I'm not a fan. Won't get me playing any Maroon Five here. Nope. So don't send me any Maroon Five. Now number eight, okay, was a disappointment. Okay, and and they had such potential. They had one great song that I really liked, okay, and I thought, oh yeah. And then you start listening to other tracks from them, like especially the album that song is on, and the rest of the album is terrible, terrible. It's just it's not. It's like it's hard to get into. And I am talking about Muse. Oh, I just lost the lens out of my glasses as I popped that in. Yeah, Muse. I'm gonna try to maybe very carefully glue that in there later. But yeah, Muse is one of those bands. Are these good ones? Okay, no, these ones good ones too. Yeah, I can wear it. Ah, there we go. These are fine. So it's a song I think it's called Uprising or yeah or Resist it's We Will Not you know which one I'm talking about, but that was it. And there's another song I heard that was okay, it wasn't bad, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff on Muse that, yeah, no, no. I don't even want to get that album, not even just for that one song. If I ever eventually see it on a compilation somewhere, maybe I'll get that. If the other songs on the compilation are actually decent too. So okay, let's go. Let's just keep going. Here's another one of those generic vanilla type of fake sugar bands, and NPC music. Creed. I don't know. I just couldn't get into his to And there's other bands that sound similar, but why I initially didn't like Creed at the very beginning and from then on is because he was the first other person that I thought was trying to imitate Eddie Vedder. I thought, oh no, like as soon as because I had just discovered Pearl Jam, like heard 10, and I started liking Pearl Jam, and not too long later, then there's Creed, and then the same rah, trying to do that rowling voice, and like it didn't appeal to me. It's like no, there can be only one original Eddie Vedder, you know and those first couple of albums of Pearl Jam are gems, and I need to listen to more Pearl Jam. I haven't really sampled any of the newer stuff, but yeah. But Creed, yeah, that's in number seven. Not a big fan. And number six, Hootie and the Blowfish. No, no. Again, another one of those type of NPC bands, and especially number five, the next one. You can't be more NPC music than the next one. Number five is Dave Matthews Band. Nope, not a fan of Dave Matthews bands. Nope. Number four. Oh, we're getting in number four. We're getting into the nitty gritty now. Number four is And I tried, okay? I tried. And I know there's fans of this on the Trash Talkers channel, with Hollywood Six and Larry Cowan. They're fans of this band, and because they discovered it through their well, I can't. And yeah, I usually when they're reviewing or listening to any of this band, I usually don't watch the reactions because I'm not a fan of this band. And I'm talking about Nightwish. At number four is Nightwish. I don't know. I tried. I really tried, but I just can't get into it. It's not my kind of music. Yeah. Okay. Then at number three is the band that everybody likes to poop on, and yeah, I agree. And would like normally be in a lot of people's number one spot, but it's in number three for me, and that would be Nickelback. Come on, I can't get into Nickelback. It's just too, again, NPC music. Now, arguably, okay, you could say the same thing about me, like another band like Coldplay. Coldplay, clearly they're another kind of NPC band, but I think I still find their sound is just still a little bit more distinctive, and I really love the Ghost album. Coldplay's yeah, Ghost is a really great album. So and might be one of my future recommendations. So okay. Number two, and okay, the next two, okay, represents the pinnacle of a genre that I disliked for all pretty much all my life, or since hearing this, okay. But this one here, ever since I first, and I should be saying probably another band, but for me, this here is the prime example of a genre of music that I do not like and I can't stand. So at number two, I'm going to name the Backstreet Boys as being the beneficiaries of a genre of music that I do not like in the least. No, no. It's boy bands. Like, started with New Kids on the Block. And I'm not a fan of New Kids on the Block. Not at all. So, yeah. So, and it's funny because I had a girlfriend up in Montreal for a few years, and her favorite band was the Backstreet Boys, and I would just kind of make fun of them. I would call them, names, and like, because I like, oh, nothing could be, oh, I hated the Backstreet Boys. That's number two. There's one singer, okay, guitar player. I don't know. Did he play guitar? I don't know. I don't care. But before we get to number one, okay, before we get to number one, I'm just going to give just a couple, like three honorable mentions. Now, and again, all three of these I tried. The second one on the list here, that's very NPC music for me, okay. But the first one, I don't like the guy. I don't like the like Oliver Tree. Yeah, he's an honorable mention. Oliver Tree. I'm not a big fan of his. Ugh. Taylor Swift. I am not a Swiftie. Nope. I can't get into that kind of or any type of artist like her. No, I'm not a fan of that genre. So yeah, and Willie Nelson. He's another honorable mention because I'm not going to get on the road again. I can't wait to get this off again. Nope, take it off. I don't want to hear it. So those are my honorable mentions. But speaking of Willie Nelson, one of my least favorite genres of music is country music. There is a few exceptions, okay? There is a few exceptions here and there that I don't mind in some ways. I even like when Dire Straits sounds a little bit countryish, like in On Every Street, for example. You know, it works for some bands to go a little bit countryish, but flat out country. And the country, okay, that I detest the most, that I like with a passion, okay. Now, number one, if you ever wanted to torture me to get information out of me. Okay, I had some classified secret information in my brain, and I'm trying to keep it secret, and they're strapping me into to the seat, and they're going to torture me. How are you going to torture me? You want to get me to talk? Start playing some George Jones, some classic country George Jones. I drove a tractor into town to buy booze, George Jones, no show Jones, as they called him. I couldn't stand his voice. I can't stand him singing. He's the worst thing ever. I hate George Jones with a passion. And okay, now again, I just kind of want to briefly clarify again that, like I said at the beginning, just because a band is hated, it doesn't mean they suck or that they deserve the hate necessarily, because it's just my opinion. Music is subjective. We like what we like, and I like music that has a certain kind of soul that's not too basic, that keeps you surprised and just and there's certain music I can listen to a billion times. There are songs I can hear a million times, and I will never ever 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 get bored of them. You know, and there's other songs, no, I don't even want to hear them twice because they're just so bad. It's just so awful. And I mean, other honorable mentions I could have probably mentioned was like Bieber, the Biebs. Nope, nope. You yeah, okay, that's it. That's my list. So I hope I didn't offend anybody. This is not the purpose of this. Please don't be offended if I mention a band that you love. This is just my opinion. you know, I love you all out there. You are all special to me. Every single person. I love people. I tell you, I'm a humanitarian in such a in well, not like in the not in that sense, but you will know what I mean. I'm a humanist. I like studying human nature, and I just love how, even at their worst, and I might even dislike somebody and be angry at them at one point, but it doesn't mean I hate them. I love people, and again, I wish people sometimes were just a little easier to get along with. That's all I'm saying. You know, so, okay, everybody out there, please, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.